11, you fucks, but whatever. It is what it is.
Freaking McDonald's.
I still have Hispanic subtitles.
So, just so, I've got green on. Don't want people to think I don't have any green on.
I believe you.
It's like, okay, everyone, he just pulls down his pants like, I've got green underwear on. It's okay.
I'm wearing green tidy whities. So I guess tidy greenies.
Tidy greenies.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, sick.
I'm not going to lie, Alex.
Oh, okay. Go on.
Sorry. You said something about what was written on the screenshot or whatever, and I looked for like 2 seconds and couldn't find it, so I was like, well, it's probably fine, so I hope it wasn't anything super intensive.
Shit, I can see you.
What screenshot, though? Oh, well, wait, never mind. The one I sent you, right?
You sent me a screenshot.
Oh, wait, did you send me one or I send you one?
No, it's because I asked you, I said, let me see. I'll read through our text real quick.
Oh, right, I forgot to send that. Whoops.
I can see your face.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Oh, shit.
He's been here for a second.
Oh, my bad.
I'll put in the general chat just so like Mason could see.
It was like AO up in the top right corner, so I brought it down. It's like boom.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking right now.
All right, because this the first one is gonna be like the second question from Kobe is gonna be like applying to me.
Mm-hmm.
In the screenshot, mainly because I played Triangle Strategy. I'm not sure about you guys.
Nope.
No.
But the first question will be from Big Drink Energy podcast, asking, take your favorite game and your least favorite game, smash them together. What kind of game does it make? So
makes a terrible one.
I don't even know if I have a least favorite game.
It makes a Mario dinosaur survival game, which makes sense because Yoshi, but you know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know what my least favorite game would be, honestly.
Oh wait, no. For some reason I went 2 favorites. Okay.
Whoops.
Favorite and least
favorite.
That's
favorite
tough.
game is. I play them all a lot.
I don't know. It is a hard one.
It is. But yeah, so we'll be talking about like at least we'll talk about that question about like mixing those type of games.
Mm-hmm.
And then me just from like doing the whole review and the trying to see what I would consider the better game, Triangle Strategy or Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Mm-hmm.
That's too much for me. The third thing, I don't think I really say anything. I think I just told Nathan like it's free ball at that point.
How's the book progress going?
How's what?
The book progress going.
It's going fine. I'm stalling a little bit. I'm because I went from editing 10 pages a day, which is doable, but it's like, do I really wanna, I've got so many other side projects I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make a surprise return to YouTube. Should be fun. So I'm like recording things in advance because I don't like doing the whole like, oh, I gotta record this day and upload this day. I prefer to have like a good cushion of videos that I could throw out rather than have to stress about it, because I don't need to stress about one more thing.
Nice. Don't be like me.
There's a lot to stress about, bro. I mean, I feel like I have so much going on right now in my head anyway. You know what I mean? I'm like,
I could try to peer into that mind of yours.
Well, because it's like I wake up and I'm like, okay, it's time for Dua until she goes to sleep. And then after that, then I have writing, right? Well, I don't know why I did this, as if you can see this finger coming down, but whatever. I have writing. I have, stupid YouTube stuff. Then you have to edit the videos too, eventually, then I don't know. I'm like, I need to promote my book. I need to go on my social medias and get those things set up. I need to do all these things. I have a great idea to make a Wikipedia page about myself. That way, people Google me. They're like, oh, shit, this guy's legit. You know what I mean? Just like, it makes so much sense because, yeah.
What would be on your Wikipedia page?
I don't know. Early life. The early life section. Not a lot. Not a lot would be on the Wikipedia page.
Picture.
And then like you see the description part, it's like hair, dirty blonde, and then like beard, yes. Sex, yes.
Lots. Just...
Eyes. Wait, is it blue? Your eyes or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Like the line could always try to fucking trick me or something.
No. I mean, they change like a little bit. They kind of go like blue, green. It depends what I wear too, like the shirt and shit, whatever. They can go like a grayish color sometimes. It's really neat.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we should get started. This is gonna be fun. You guys are gonna watch me struggle to like figure out what the hell that I like between these two games, and well, just pretty much put my assignments. But
Got this.
yeah, let's do this. All right, usual countdown. Yeah, just get past all that. Hello, everybody. You are listening to a Random Gamers Corner. I am Alejandro, and you are here with us. What the fuck? God damn it! You're here with us. Where would I go with that one?
It is what it is.
I'm
Okay,
there
let's
with
try that.
them.
Wait, what?
I'm there. What?
You're here with us.
If only I heard it for people. It sounds better to hear the people like actually in the same studio or whatever the fuck. But
Mhm.
oh well. Okay, let's try that again. Fuck. Hello, everybody. You are listening to a Random Gamers Corner. I'm your host, Alejandro. I'm joined by my co-host, Nathan
Hi.
and Mason.
Yes, sir.
And we're just laughing about the usual goof ups that I have now for some weird reason. But hey, we're here. It's like the end of the week. So, hey, you want to end your Friday with like a little podcast called, well, pretty much ours? Then I'm honored that you guys like want to listen to us. But without further ado, topics for today, just pretty much triangle strategy is gonna be like main focus at this point, but like a lot more educated now that I actually finished the game. Only at least one path. Another thing is we answer some interesting questions. Well, two interesting questions considering that's all. Questions from two other podcasts that answer on the question I put out on Twitter earlier today. Well, yesterday, depending on when this comes out, which should be Friday. And happy belated St. Patrick's Day, because again, this recording came a bit late. But yeah, while we're in green here, and first off, Nathan, how you been?
Been good. Life's good right now. I'm chilling.
Nice.
How about you guys? Mason, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Part of getting back into D&D now. It's great.
Oh, lucky asses.
Speaking of, I figured out how to work Roll20. So maybe. I say maybe because I'm like, actually I have to make the maps. I have to make like
The story.
the story, just all this shit. I was like, I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see.
You'll get it. I'm sure you will. And for anyone like knows the difference in my voice, yeah, I'm kind of sick, and I'm pretty sure I'll be coughing at some points. That's why these guys will help cover for me if in case like they'll just make something on the spot, hopefully. But all right, I'm glad that everyone's doing well. I'm just been sick. I can't do shit. Like I wanted to do a recording on Monday just so I could like release it on Tuesday or at least Monday night before I go into work for my night shift, but I was so sick to the point that I couldn't do much. Like I woke up Monday morning, of course, and I made my cereal, and I just looked at that shit for just 15 minutes before I decided to eat. Like I was just thinking, like, is this really worth it right now? Like, do I really want to eat? That's how bad it was for me.
What is cereal?
That's how it felt like. I was like, what is this?
Sometimes when you feel bad, you just don't want to eat. Like, at least me, like I'll be hungry. Like, my stomach is hungry, but like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I don't want to engage in the process of eating, even if I'm hungry. I don't want to chew my food. I don't want to swallow my food. I want to actually eat it. Yeah.
Just want to fucking eat it because it's food, Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, but couldn't eat my cereal, and then just pretty much everything else. It felt like slow motion, even though it was kind of convenient for me at the time before I went into work, but still, it was a pretty bad time. But me being the crazy person that I am, that I was enjoying Triangle Strategy so much that I finished it right before I was supposed to head out for work. So, hey, that was finally like 3 chapters or 2 chapters in a row before having to head out to work. I was like, fuck, how many chapters do I have to finish? I was thinking like, oh, okay, this is the final. This is like the golden ending, and yeah, I was just like sweating, and not from the sickness. I was just sweating from just trying to race against the time before heading out because I just wanted to see the ending, and so I did. And yeah, well, I guess we can start on some of the review, but don't worry, no spoilers, of course, because well, Mason, I know he's interested in it. Nathan, maybe he'll have some interest in it. Like he has this brother Switch, so maybe one day he'll get the game, or
Maybe.
I let him borrow it after I
Maybe.
get all the routes. But yeah, first off, I just want to say that the game was pretty damn awesome. If you play Final Fantasy Tactics, some people say like you'll enjoy it just as much, but then I saw 1-star reviews and said some people said like this game sucks. It's disappointing. It's like 3 hour. It's like a lot of world building in the beginning. I was thinking that some games, yeah, world building happens. I mean, there's the skip button, but it's not time for those kind of reviews.
I mean, it's
But
the first game. You gotta have some sort of world building in it.
right, then that's what they were complaining about, saying like even with the skip button, I don't want to play this game anymore. And then they just get 1 star. I was like, ADHD is a bitch for some people. uh, but honestly, I think the world building was awesome. Just like I know it was gonna be like story heavy because one, I played the demo. Two, it is kind of like a new universe type of thing. It's not like the same as Octopath Traveler, so you wouldn't know what you're gonna be getting into. And um, well, first off, for anyone that doesn't know, it's a HD 2D kind of game with an isometric view, so you can rotate the camera around or even do a top-down view, and it'll still be like 2D HD pixelated type of style game, and it looks pretty cool. I find it pretty neat. It looks good to me. I don't know what other people are saying, like it looks blurry to them, but maybe it depends on if you are playing handheld. Then I can understand that. I mean, even even when I didn't have it docked, it still looked good to me. The game still looked clear to me. I didn't need to like see very crisp outlines and such. I don't know. Maybe wait until it becomes available on Xbox and PlayStation. And the reason I say that, like maybe, I'm not sure if it's for sure, but maybe that will happen because look at Octopath Traveler now. It's available on Xbox and PlayStation. So hey, that's cool. Um, but hey, here's hoping. The game looks good. I find the scenery amazing. It looks like someone that made this type of description where it seems like little pixelated snow globes that you can like rotate around and look at the whole scenery and such, like the location. And I could agree with that. It looks pretty damn awesome. The map worldview overall is pretty good too. It's like a small map, but honestly, I don't mind because your the battles you take place on are like the main focus, not the whole map itself. Uh, it does. You could like use your cursor. I don't know how you pronounce it. To
That
like,
thing.
huh?
That
That thing,
thing.
yeah, the
Yeah.
pointing thingy, the selecting thingy. You use that and well, pretty much like select whether you want to go on with the main story, like look at more of the well, pretty much the story, of course, to progress the plot, or look at the side stories so that you can see how other people are affected by current events that are going on in the game. And another cool thing is that once you raise your conviction, oh, this is like a bit more heavy thing to get into soon, but pretty much like once you raise this a certain level of conviction, one of your levels, you could pretty much like also recruit new characters, or new characters will join you in your battle against well the main enemy, well one of the main enemies. So that's all I can say for that part, at least. Now the game has this mechanic thing called convictions, where it's liberty, unity, wait, liberty, unity, and utility. I think if I remember, If I remember incorrectly, at least you'll know that I'm dumb. But yeah, one of those three things. You could like boost up their level, and by certain choices or certain dialogues you give to certain characters or whatever you do. Hell, even if you want to like click on everybody just to talk to them, or even click on like, all the cats that you can come across, that will put points in your conviction one way or another. So yeah, I did pretty much like press on all the cats. No dogs, weirdly enough. Uh, and these convictions could help you recruit new characters over time. So if you're like only focused on one thing, then you're definitely gonna get a character that has something to do with that one level of conviction. But if you want to like spread all around, it doesn't mean you're gonna be locked off. Of course not. Though it may lower your chances of getting certain characters, at least your first playthroughs too. Okay. Convictions. The scales of convictions, though, that's a different function. That is pretty much where you have you and your main protagonist characters are also going to be making a decision, and a lot of the decisions can actually change things up, like where the plot goes, how the next battlefield will look, and which characters are going to be fighting. So it actually matters, like what could happen whenever you know whatever decision you and your teammates come across, or at least the majority vote wins. And and before the voting happens, you could talk to the other units, talk to them, just only the main ones though. Like the recruitable ones, they're like out of it, so you don't worry about them. But talking to the main characters, you could try to change their point of view, like to lean more onto your side. But keep in mind that just like real life, no matter how much of a good argument you make, you cannot change some people's minds. Like they're wait, would it be redundant to say conviction as well? I don't know.
They have whatever. Yeah, they're stubborn if nothing else.
Okay,
So
yeah.
are you saying like some characters you can, and then some they're just like a lost cause? Like you can try to convince them, but it doesn't matter.
It's not like a lost cause. More like they're really strong in their belief.
Mm.
So I'll just put it that way, that you cannot change their vote or change their mind about what they want to vote for. So there's that. Which honestly, I find it kind of like pretty refreshing. Like you can't really have complete control about how some of your teammates could, you know, pretty much listen to you. It's like this one game called Binary Domain, where sometimes when you try to give commands to your teammates, and they won't listen to you if you're like an asshole to them. So that's pretty cool, at least from the gameplay video I saw.
Right.
But yeah, skills of conviction are pretty essential for like big decisions like that. Um, and the battles themselves are pretty fun to do, like especially when you're doing like the backstab mechanic and then doing the follow up mechanic as well. Rolling it can be pretty broken when it comes to like getting three characters. Like let's put it this way: like if you had oh, not three characters, but like, you had two enemies. You put two characters right behind each one behind the enemy, pretty much the weird pincer attack, but leaving the other at least one enemy like without anybody on their side, on the other side of them. Then Roland can come around, do this cool flashy move where he attacks all those two enemies, and then the other people can do a follow up attack where they also attack them from the other side. It's pretty cool stuff like that, and also pretty useful in the battlefield. And the terrain can matter, especially when you got the height advantage. So very great for your archers, unless you're facing the opposite side, of course. And also, I gotta say that the units themselves, like there's a lot of plenty of variety, slightly less numbers than what one could expect after Fire Emblem Three Houses, but still, it's still good variety. But you could already see people like saying like, "Oh, this character's like trash," or saying like they're not that useful. I mean, myself, I really don't see Medina that useful. I'm just gonna say like I'm not gonna say what she does that much because otherwise, like again, no spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't see her that useful in the field that she does. But a lot of people say like, "Oh no, she's so damn great," but I think that's because I didn't like really appreciate her features that much until like more leveling up, which I think she should have a bit more useful, at least in the middle side of things. But oh well. I feel like there's something I'm missing in talking about it. Well, the music's great. I felt pumped during some boss battle musics, and again, just like the mix of instrumental, rock, and other stuff was pretty cool. Definitely. The game could take up quite a lot of your time, but that's if again you're interested in the world building. But if you skip it, then you just only got to worry about the battles themselves. Damn, how do YouTubers make freaking like 30-minute reviews? Like this is like quick. Just going through 'em.
Because they just sit there and waste time. They say the same shit all the time. You know, it's always, oh, this game is really immersive. It puts you in it, and they go on this great massive spiel, and then at the end they do their actual review. So overall, I would say 6 out of 10. Just towards the end when they do the real review. The rest of it's just an essay. I feel like because if you're writing a script for it, it's a lot easier to make up some bullshit than just being like, hey Alex, how was this game? Go,
Right. Well, I already covered the music. Again, it's great. Like, what? That's easy to say, of course. Battle mechanics is like this. Oh, there's something I forgot. The geo effects, or pretty much like where the terrain could be used on the battlefield for your advantage. Where it gets pretty complicated with the elements, but if you got like a mage that could use wind, you could have enemies get attacked by the wind, of course, and it makes them face the other side, so it'll be easier for you to do the backstab effect. Or if you got an ice mage, of course you could use like wall of ice. That shit's pretty cool. It blocks the enemies at a way of against you. I mean, it will melt, but it will still be useful to like at least stop the progress of some of your enemies. Or of course use ice to like take down any enemies with weakness to ice. Now the cool thing about the ice melting is that now the floor is like slippery or just wet. And it's great because then if you have like a thunderstorm, it can actually affect pretty much the affected area of water. And damn, I'm trying to like think of everything to just make sure I got everything right. Then you got like the terrain that's like pretty much like a lot of grass. Then of course what's gonna happen next. Put a fire on that shit and it's gonna burn the enemies even more. Nathan, why are you laughing?
I'm trying to turn off the subtitles, and I can't get over this part because at first I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't laughing at you. I promise." It was just so hard to like.
Okay,
It's so hard to get out of my head. Okay, so basically, you know how you were talking about the ice mage? You said if you have an ice mage, right? For some reason, the subtitle, because I changed it to English, I was like, okay, Spanish is getting kind of annoying, and now I just want them off entirely because it thought you said vegan mage, and I was like, what the fuck? I just kept laughing. I couldn't stop because I was like, what does that even mean? It's just, I don't know, something about that just really got to me. At first I was just smiling, but the more you think about it, I feel like the dumber it gets, so that's all.
Damn, bitch, you're vegan now.
Yeah, that's all. It was just that.
That's awesome. That's very awesome. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's their lifestyle choice. Like one of the mages, that's a vegan right there.
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean? What do you practice? Like, are you a fire mage, an ice mage? What do you do? It's like, I'm vegan, actually. Yeah.
They have a spell that turns all meat within a 5-foot radius into like plant-based products.
That's freaking hilarious.
It's so weird, but yeah, I'm trying to turn them off, and I don't know how anymore. I don't know what happened. But yeah,
I'm so glad.
I figured it out. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so the wind, fire, ice, of course. Well, there's no water. You just make ice melt. Duh. Yeah, that's pretty much. I'm pretty sure I'm missing an element. I'm pretty sure, but like
electricity.
Oh yeah, electricity. Yeah, there you go. Wow, how did I forget that? But yeah, electricity is pretty good, like especially for paralysis. I mean, at least the mages that could do paralysis, because there's others that are just like, nah, you're shocked. And that's it.
Mhm.
Now, what's great is that if you don't want to rely on mages too much, then again, I did mention that what ice stone or whatever stone, then or runes or whatever the fuck you call them. Your normal units could use those too, and those were very essential for like a lot of battles that I was dealing with. Like it, even if a melee attack won't affect you know heavily armored unit that much, but they're like already on a low health, then bam, just use a thunder whatever stone that they're not resistant to, and that's it. You're good to like defeat them and get some good XP. And now another cool thing was that be if you play the game, be sure to use items or buy as many items as you can, because then there you got these items called spices, where some will have like certain effects, like oh they'll raise your unit's attack power or their resistance to physical attacks or magical attacks, and then you could put pretty much like weakening kind of spice to your enemies, and that will help out big time, especially when you get like the perfect combination. And person for me, Frederica, fucking amazing once you like really get her powerful enough as a mage. Like she can clean house just as long as you can like make sure that she's not like out in the open, or else she'll pretty much get slaughtered. So I again love the units variety, and I feel like there was something I was about to also mention. Oh, mock battles. Mock battles are pretty much like battles that take place in Serenoa's head that somehow still give XP to everyone else. And I'm just thinking, how does that work? Like, I mean, I get it. They gotta figure out some way on how to explain how that people can get stronger while also not putting them at risk or taking them to some random ass place that's like on the other side of the continent where they're at in the story so far. But still, the idea that Serenoa could think so hard about a battle scenario that him and his teammates take place in, and then in real life, like after he's done thinking about it, all of a sudden him and his friends are stronger. I'm just saying, like it's a bit of a weird scenario. Like he's just thinking really hard, and someone's like concerned for him, like he's bleeding from his nose and shit. It's like, damn, dude, calm down.
That's like if you took the hyperbolic time chamber from Dragon Ball, you put it in your head, and then you just thought about like training for a whole ass year.
Yeah, exactly. So again, just to see teammates like get stronger after that is like I don't get it, but all right, let's roll with it. And the thing, one one thing I want to say for everyone that's like listening to this, if you're playing the game and you're still early, train everybody. Like I'm not gonna say any, again, no spoilers, but like just train everybody, just for it'll help you out. That's all. And another thing is it'll be it'll be easier for your don't train your new units just yet. Like if you're like somewhat close to your current main units, then that's okay. Like just leave them alone for a while. But after like maybe a couple more chapters, start having them battle by themselves, and soon enough you'll see the um catch up mechanic kick in with like giving them bonus XP, so that way they get like freaking get 100 XP really fast, and they can already like level up. It's just more easier that way. You know, to like feel like a constant headache to like, okay, after this battle, I gotta like train up all the units that missed out on this experience. So don't worry about doing something like each time. That's kind of it'll aggravate you. Um, mm, didn't remember that. Yeah, the game is awesome. I was just really enthralled with the whole characters and just seeing like their whole political arguments, and pretty much like thinking like, oh, should we just sacrifice this person, or should we just like save their ass, or hey, do you think we should like at least help them, or like do you think we take the enemy this way? I'm like, no, I think we should like at least keep the damage minimal, stuff like that. I find it pretty cool that not everything's like 100% your way unless you like work for it. And yeah, I only got the golden path, so now it's time to play the other paths where they're not so golden. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Because again, no spoilers. But I guess any questions you guys got before that's it about triangle strategy, at least for now.
So it's like it's a squad building kind of game. Well, like in that you do battle and other stuff with like a squad of characters, like a little party, right?
Yeah, like um, uh, it depends. Like on some certain maps, like some you could bring only 8 characters, then some you bring 10, or if it's like a really big battle, then 12. But
Mm-hmm.
I think I freaking like hallucinated that 12 members match. I don't know. I think I was just really going in with the battle.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's pretty much like that.
Do they all have mechanics that like work with each other? Like as an example, um, do they have like let's say special abilities or something
Oh,
that
like
are
special
exclusive
perks.
to that are exclusive to them in particular?
If you mean like, oh, they have some kind of perk that works only if somebody else is on the battlefield with them, then no, I don't think so.
Okay.
Do you mean
Well,
like every character has something different about them that makes them unique to the party?
yes. Like as an example,
Oh, okay.
yeah, like you know how in Mass Effect how they have they
Biotic
each
and
have their
attack and
own
all that.
special perk. They have like the general
Oh,
ones, but
okay.
then they have their own like. Is it kind of like that?
Yeah, it's more that way. Something you'll like some of the skills, but then for at least for some certain characters, like you'll just think like, what the hell is this? So like,
Hmm.
I don't think really use it that much. I mean, for me, one thing is like throwing a freaking ball at someone really hard. I was just thinking like, wow, this is fantastic. Then we're gonna
Taking
use a freaking bouncing ball against an ice stone.
so are they like Waka from Final Fantasy X?
I want to play that. I want to play that next, but like, no, they're not. That was literally the circus girl.
I think I actually have Final Fantasy X on my PlayStation, but like I can't get past a certain part. It just
Final
keeps getting
Fantasy
lost.
10 or dash 2.
Normal 10.
Ah, I haven't gotten to that, so I'll be joining you in that pain soon def- after I beat Octopath Traveler and then finish off Final Fantasy X dash 2. Dear Lord, I'm taking a long time with that stuff, but and I gotta play Aztec because I really want to play that game, but um. Yeah, pr- uh the characters got like their own specific type of skills, and you would think that they would have synergy with each other if some like really help out with giving characters like more boost in their power, or at least give them more TP so they could use their power again. And that's something I almost forgot to mention is TP. I forgot what the hell it meant, but I'm just gonna say tactical points. But tactical points pretty much like help give the characters the ability to use their special powers, like at least for Frederica, for example, she could like use Scorch, and but she needs 2 of those. So after that, once she like at least use two of those up, the TP, wow. Then yeah, she's kind of like has to stay away from everybody just so like she can like recharge after like 1 or 2 more turns. Though unless you want to feel ballsy about it, you could like legit have her go again the next turn to go attack an enemy with her book. Yeah, you have mages attack people with their books. Like it's just fucking like
It's fucking awesome, dude.
yeah. But again, like hit him again in the head. Like even it works on armored knights, even if it's not a good idea.
Well, dude, because like if you get a hardcover book, I could see it doing some damage. Maybe not like tons and tons, but I mean, you could give someone a headache if you just smack them over the head with it,
Hit them hard
Good.
enough in the nose and
break
Oh, yeah.
it. Yeah,
That should hurt. But no, that's a
drop the
funny
book
scenario.
from like a wall, like just super high, like 30 feet. It'll dent a helmet, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And it's funny you said that because it reminded me of the scenario when one time I had both mages pretty much do the follow up attack on an enemy. So it's like the most hilarious thing to see. Like they freaking like one bashed the guy and then the other one like bashed him on the head too. And then like it actually killed the person, killed the enemy, and they just freaking fade into dust. And I was like,
Mhm.
that's fucking hilarious.
they say, is it like knowledge is half the battle?
Yeah, dude, it's so strange though. Like they're the deaths are not consistent, like on how some characters die off, because they go face down, covered in blood, like as usual, like that's normal. But then, like, of course, in the battlefield, they just like turn it to dust because they can't like keep track of all the bodies, or else it's gonna be a bit much for the Switch. But in some cutscenes, some certain character deaths will like turn into dust. I'm just like, wait, what? What the fuck happened there? Like, it kind of caught me off guard, and it kind of made like a very serious moment like a bit funny. So yeah,
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
that's what I was thinking.
I really like games that like leave the bodies there, as weird as that sounds. I remember when
Realism.
Fallout came out, Fallout 3, I should say specifically.
Yeah.
Because for those of you that don't know, or those of you that are listening, or if you don't know, or if you care to not, like back in the day, like nowadays, developers and stuff, they can patch their games so they can release a steaming pile of shit, and they can like over time they can make it better. They apply updates that apply to like your disc as well as every other. It's really crazy,
Mhm.
Prior to that, we didn't have that, but it freaked me out because I went to update Fallout 3 one time, and suddenly it started replacing bodies. You know what I mean? Because it used to just be like, oh, like the bodies would just be there forever. So I got a great idea, and I killed a mole rat, and then I put like a bunch of shit in it, and I was like, I'll come back to it
Oh,
later. This will be like my little stash. This is before I knew about the houses and stuff. And then yeah, so I was pissed when I went under the bridge. The mole rat was there, but it was alive, and yeah, killed it. Didn't have my stuff. I was really upset.
no, that would have been very frustrating, especially you put like an alien gun inside there.
Oh
I don't know why you would
jeez,
do that, but that would be terrible.
I don't know who the fuck would ever decide to put that alien gun. It belongs either in your inventory, like on your person, or in your house, waiting for your current alien rifle that's in your inventory to,
Right.
lose repair, and then you fix it.
Funny shit is like later on you see a random ass bandit and like, give me your fucking cap. So then like he fucking pulls out like alien gun. And I was like, oh shit, that looks familiar. Then you turn to dust.
Yeah. Bro, I got the fire lance like in one playthrough. You know the fire lance, how it's like rare, how it falls from the sky sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't get that, so I guess it's very rare.
Yeah,
Fuck.
there's this gun. It's called the fire lance, Mason, and it's in Fallout 3. It falls. It's like one of the random encounters. It's one of the rarest ones, I guess. And
Wow.
it just blows like it's like you hear like an explosion type thing. It's almost as if like it crashes into the ground from the sky, like a meteor, And you see like power cells go flying sometimes. Um, Funny thing is, I actually have it on video technically because I was recording for YouTube back in the day at the time, so I have that moment like captured forever. But yeah,
Right. Hmm, crazy shit. Learn more
mhm.
every day.
Oh yeah,
Oh, right. Triangle strategy. I
triangle
think that's pretty
strategy.
much it. Like, I don't think you guys had any more questions, right? Or
No,
did
no.
then
Well,
yeah.
not me personally.
Then yeah, triangle strategy, pretty damn great. Oh, and then of course you could like upgrade your character's armor and such. Like they got like somewhat like skill trees, and you want to like get like another um at least a bit more skills to like crest or level up or boost. And of course you can always get like the second rank of your character's weapons, and that's pretty much it. Don't want to reveal too much because again, spoilers. But I enjoyed the game. It was a lot of fun, 35 and plus hours, and yeah, I was able to beat it. And I recommend it. I think you'll get a lot of fun time with it. As long as you be patient and you know, just skip the story if you don't want to like read so much or hear all the dialogue. Again, though, I mean, just to say this though, props to the voice actors. I enjoyed it. It was really fun to see how angry Sarah Noah can sound during battle. That shit was freaking hilarious. Now, for a question from who was it? Ah, now something for all of us can talk about more freely. From Big Drink Energy podcast that commented on my question earlier today, where I asked like, "Oh, got any questions? Like, let us know so that way answer in recording." They asked, take your favorite game and your least favorite game, smash them together. What kind of game does it make? Who wants to go first?
I think I can make one. Okay.
Okay.
So one of my favorite games, I've talked about it multiple times. It's called Ark Survival Evolved. I
Mhm.
used to have a problem with it. I used to have a problem playing it. I would always go back to it and waste my life playing it, but not anymore. I figured out like the secret, and that is playing with friends alone, not online. Like, can't be doing that. Just not good for me. But
Mhm.
mixing that with I don't know if I could say this is my least favorite, but it's certainly one of the most because I don't think, honestly, I don't recall there really being like a video game that I've played that I've been like, oh, I fucking hate this. You know what I mean? Like, um, but one of them that frustrated the shit out of me is called Getting Over It.
Oh,
You guys may have
Ah,
heard of it.
shit.
That one with the man in the cauldron with
Yes.
the axe or whatever.
so
So So the thing is, here's what I imagine it would be like, right? So Ark is a very complex game with a lot of complex things about it. So as an example, you have farming, right? Let's say you want to craft like or not craft, but you want to grow some crops and stuff. So you have they have different names, but generally speaking, they have potatoes, corn, wheatgrass, uh, like some orange, like citrus fruit of sorts, and then this thing called I don't know, something else, right? And you have all these berries. You can grow all the berries too, right?
Mhm.
So you make a fertilizer thing for that, and you're like, oh, now I need to fertilize this bitch, and so your character poops all the time, and so you might be thinking like, oh yeah, I'll just throw some poop in there. But here's the thing: is there's big poops. There's like there's human poops, right? Um, and there's small poops, medium poops, large poops, and colossal poops, right? Yeah. So, and obviously, as you can probably imagine, the bigger the poop, the more the like fertilizer it gives you, right?
Oh.
So that means like if you go and you don't have you don't have any creatures tamed, right? That means you're pooping and you're putting your poop in the thing to fertilize. I'm sorry for the use of poop, by the way. Like it's just we're talking about fertilizer. Like it's fine, guys. We're not being gross. It's just what was that movie, The Martian? It's like that, I think that's what it was called. Whatever, where um, whoever grew the potatoes is poopy potatoes. But anyway, um, so yeah, you would think like the bigger the poop, the more fertilizer it gives you. But then it's like, oh, but actually, if you get a dung beetle, you can give the dung beetle your poop, and it'll like turn it into like like proper fertilizer, which is better than all the poop, right? And then it's like, oh, but actually, there's something better than a dung beetle. It's a snow owl. These things they give little poop pellets that give you the most fertilizer out of anything. And you're like, oh, that's great. I want a snow owl. They're like, great. It's really easy to tame. And you're like, okay, so you tame a snow owl, right? And then it's like, oh, but actually, snow owls don't poop like everything else does. You have to like feed this thing so much for it to even give you one. Sometimes you have to sit there for like 15 minutes just to get one little pellet. And you're like, what? Why? It's not worth it, right? And that's just one aspect. That's just farming. I haven't even talked about like the irrigation shit that you have to do for it, the greenhouses that you can make and all this stuff. That's just one aspect. There's also like building things, there's taming things, there's passive tames, there's just point being, there's a lot to Ark. A lot of different like um different shits, right? So
Literal.
yeah, and yeah, literal, definitely. So I imagine. And then, for those of you that don't know what Getting Over It is, it's a very rage-inducing game where basically you control. There's a man, and his lower half, like up to here, as you can see. Well, if you can see me, if not, if you're just listening, imagine like my torso, right? But like from the windpipe up, pretty much.
From the
You
nipple
know,
down.
nipple down, pretty much, is under like it's in this cauldron thing. This guy, he's there shirtless and he has an axe, right? And the whole thing, the only thing you have to do is move your mouse. You know, these things. Move your mouse to control the axe, like how he swings, how if he pulls it close, if he extends it, you know, his axe follows your mouse, you know, pretty much. So, but the thing is, it's very like, it's, I mean, you have to see it to understand exactly because it is insanely infuriating how you sit there and you get stuck on this one part because the fucking axe is impossible, you know. It just is because like who you have to climb this, you know, sometimes you have to climb a little incline. You have to use an axe, which isn't like a pickaxe, you know, it's an axe with like a curvy kind of blade. So you can't really grab on anything. It's traction, you know. So what I imagine for Ark is imagine if you had to you have to go about playing this game, this complicated ass game with dinosaurs, with farming, poop farming, with, you know, just all this shit, right? But you always have to worry that you're going to slip. You're going to fall over because that's how getting over it is. It's like if you make one mistake, if you step wrong, you're going to like fall down and you'll have to restart a large portion of the level, if not the entire thing altogether. So what I imagine is you're there walking through and like there's just hazards galore, you know, like you're walking uphill, right? And there's just all these tree branches coming out from the top, and it's like, well, you have to go and do all your stuff at the top of the hill, but you're going to slip or you might slip, you know. And the way that you control slipping or not is while you're moving the left, you know, let's say you use a controller, right? So it's funny, I have all these props right here, you know, they're just, but anyway, so I'll flip it around so that people can see. So you're using a left stick to move forward, right? And maybe, you know, you have to jump with A. You have to fucking pick things up with Y. You have to just random shit, you know, you attack with right trigger, pull up your inventory with B, right? And then it's like, oh, but, you know, and you control your camera with this, with the right stick. So what if in with those controls in mind, it's like, oh, but actually this is a PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4, whatever, one of those controllers that has like, you know how they can like track all this shit?
Yeah.
It's like, it's one of those, you know, and depending on where you step, you know, sometimes you need to push the controller down or up or this, like just a lot to keep track of. And if it's slightly off, you know, by any margin, then you just fall over. Imagine having your controller like this. You know, there's a little bit of a like there's a hill going to the left. So obviously you need to counterbalance. So you need to kind of do this, right, to counterbalance. But then you over counterbalance, and then you just whoa, like your character falls down, and like you fall all the way down the hill. I just imagine a very complicated series of events that you don't have time for, because in Ark you're always fighting against time because you want to make sure that you don't get raided or attacked by dinosaurs or whatever. Yeah, that's another thing to add to it. So imagine you're walking up this dangerous hill trying to counterbalance, right? And there's all these tree branches and stuff. There's all these things on the floor to stop you. And then there you see a raptor behind you and you're like, "Oh my god." You know? So now you're sprinting like, "Oh, holy, you know, the fucking the terrain's changing all the time." And yeah. And then what if you have a tame, like a dinosaur of your own, and you decide to take that down the hill? Then you have to control like that dinosaur. And what if you don't, what if you overcorrect like that? What if you go tumbling forward? Then you just fall off, you know?
So
Then yeah, that's what I imagine. I imagine it being just a shit show,
so
honestly.
so the game you created is basically Death Stranding?
Death Stranding, yes.
Sounds like more like a game where you gotta get therapy after each session.
I don't think anyone would play it. Honestly, like I don't know. I don't understand people who play like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, like those kind of really hard games. I don't get it personally. So like, I think they would have a tough time with this too. Because
Really?
it's
Oh,
like you never think about it, but human beings, you know, when you're walking in normal life, you've had so long to practice. You know what I mean? But imagine having to learn to walk in a video game. You know, like I don't know. It took me 18 years to be able to like walk without falling over occasionally. You know, like I never trip or anything anymore. If I trip, then it's because like someone tripped me. You know. But like I went 18 years of my life tripping over nothing, you know. But
Falling
know, man.
upwards. You know?
Yeah, falling upward, dude. I've done that too. Alex, do you remember when we would run at the cross country course and like the last hill, the last big hill you'd go up? I've fallen going up that. I never fell going down a hill going full speed, but I've fallen going up.
That's impressive as shit.
It is,
You
dude.
never-
I don't know how you do it, but
You never
It's fucking
tripped
insane that we never fell
falling-
there.
No, you never tripped running full speed down a hill?
no. Okay, Mason.
that's-
Here's the
yeah.
thing. They taught us. They were like, okay, just don't think about it. Just go
Mhm.
as fast
Yeah.
as you can. Just go. And believe it or not, you're fine. You're only
Yeah.
not fine if you think about it too much. If you just think, okay, I'm going to extend my leg as far as I can, and then when it lands, I'm doing the same thing with my other, then you're fine. Anyone can run down a hill full speed. Like, it's not that hard.
Is it like the mental thought of like balancing yourself that
I don't know, dude. It's not even like, it's not even a mental thing. They just said, just go. I was like, okay. And then there it was, because I was afraid of falling when I started, but then I like I said, I never fell. So I trust that. Like, I never fell, you know?
So another thing, because you just made your game, whatever the combination of the two games.
Yeah.
What would you name it?
Pain.
Fuckery. Yeah, I don't know.
Arc
It's-
over it.
It's
Arc Souls. I don't know.
Arc Souls. Shit, no. I don't know. That's a good question. Well, like I want to make a pun or something about like Noah's Ark. Like, is there like, you know, read the Bible or something? Is there just a clumsy motherfucker? That's what they need in like, you know, you think about, and there was fucking, you know, Malachi, and his ass just fell over, you know, like, and Jesus was like, "Yo, dude, come on." I don't know.
Yo,
Come
dude, come on.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It would be I don't know. I don't know the name. Yeah, probably Arc Souls. Arc Souls is probably the best thing I could.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. A walk in the arc, you know, stuff.
Ah,
Arc, but you're falling over all the fucking time.
Nate,
Yeah.
you bring up like I don't know how people can enjoy this game. I remember seeing a 10 out of 10 rating for Elden Ring, and the rating said like, I hate this game. 10 out of 10. I was like, what the fuck?
I love
Yeah.
reviews that are like that.
This game kicked my ass. I love it.
And someone left a 1-star review, and someone said, too fucking easy. I returned it as soon as I finished it. I was like, well, that's a first.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I see reviews on Steam for some games that are so funny. It's like they talk the worst shit on this game, and then they give it like a 5-star review. I'm like, what? Or, you know, it's the opposite sometimes, where they talk so good. They're like, you know, but it was made by EA, so 1 out of 5, you know, or whatever.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. So
Oh my goodness. So we got Walk in the Ark or Arc.
walk in the arc. Yeah.
Nice. So what about you, Mason? Have you found one yet?
I think the game I hate the most was like WWE. One of those games.
Which one?
I don't fucking know. They're all the same. I don't know. I just remember it was like I was just starting it out because I've never played a WWE game before. I was like doing all the tutorials and everything, and the tutorial shit made me rage quit the game. It was so fucking bad.
I'm so interested now on what game it was.
It was probably like 2K20 or something. I don't fucking know. It was like
Oh, then there you go. That explains a lot.
I remember it was like you have to defeat this guy by the stairs at the end of the fucking ring or whatever the fuck. And I would do that, and he'd be like no HP left. I'd constantly be bringing his ass down. Nothing. I do it at every single stairs. Nothing. And then I do the exact same shit where I started, and it does it anyways. Not doing anything different. Still at the stairs, same places, same moves, and then it just works. It's
I feel like-
decides when to work. But
Bruh.
I feel like that was one of the like Alex, you know the ones that had like the those story modes where you relived
Oh,
like the
there was a
WrestleMania
story
moments.
mode.
Yeah, I
Oh,
feel
okay.
like it sounds like an object because I remember playing some levels and it does say to do some shit and you do it and it doesn't do it. At least I remember having problems. I remember being like, what the fuck do I do? It wanted me to do this one move in particular that this one guy had and I had no idea how to use it. It was like some sort of slam, like a particular one, you know?
I think
And
it was like against some guy that was like wearing all black, like he wanted to be a Black Panther, but he was white, and it was weird.
was
like
he
really,
very was
I
he
think it was
very
really
tall?
flamboyant.
Oh, he was really flamboyant. Mm.
I think it was that the one where you're, like you're you're living out of a van.
Oh
like
yeah,
Oh,
that
that
is
one.
2020. Yeah,
Yeah, that's too good, funny.
that's funny.
I didn't even get like to the actual story. I was like, fuck this game, I'm not playing this.
Someone,
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
think it
fucked
was my
up.
brother, tried telling me that it was really good, and I was like, dude, I've seen those videos. You can't convince me. Like
He
I've
was just like,
seen this mess, you know.
I
he was
played
just like,
2K19. That one's really good. I actually enjoyed that
19
one a
was
lot.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I
it
mean,
was
fucking, and especially with the community creation thing, like just watching Batman kicking Spider-Man's ass. I was just like, what the that
Mm.
shit was funny to watch.
it
Or
just
seeing
felt
Deadpool fight Thanos. So I was like, yeah.
it just felt really not like a new player friendly, if that makes sense.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's
Fair
like
enough.
the controls are vague. I didn't understand. I was playing on the easiest fucking difficulty, and I didn't understand the controls.
You know what game is a piece of shit for that? Now that you mention it, fucking all the UFC games because they decide to change their controls all the time. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, did you like how you used to bob and weave? Well, too bad, because that's
It's
done
new.
differently now. Yeah, I remember like you used to at least I think if I remember right, you used to like use the right stick kind of like if you're in like certain positions, you can like kind of give a whoop, whoop, you know, like you could do shit like
Yeah.
that, whatever. But then it suddenly became like, oh, now you have to like block and then strike right as they hit you, and then you'll go, whoop, you know, like whatever. Like what?
And, like, don't they usually change up like every year
Yeah.
The submissions,
submit?
dude.
Yeah.
The submissions
Yeah.
are never the same, and I just gave up on them entirely.
So that's
Yeah.
It's like freaking
2K20. That's my worst game.
So what's your most favorite game mixed with that?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh fuck.
Just a mess.
Like
I imagined a game that's like amazing, but then it doesn't work like 70% of the time. Just run
the
into game
samurais.
breaking glitches.
You
Jin
got samurais
Sakai
freaking
just
power slamming each
dropping,
other.
just
Yeah.
fucking Jin Sakai, who's like the main character, dropping the fucking people's elbow on one of the farms.
Now time for the ultimate move. He starts doing the whole. A ring comes out. No, yeah.
Gets up on the top rope. Just,
Or on the fucking tree. Shit look funnier.
and then one of your friends comes out of nowhere. Or came out of nowhere. And just fucking,
Dude, for real, all the bosses just reversing everything you do. What the fuck?
Which oh my god, I forgot which Smack I think it was a SmackDown vs. Raw game. I forgot which one it was where like you can constantly reverse with the other enemy until like one of you like miss your mark. Cause I remember like that shit was so fun, like made the match so much more lively.
Just
Like you
punch,
can
punch.
like
Yeah.
it was like block each one. It goes on for like forever. Then like eventually like you either again missed the mark or they did,
Mhm.
and like finally they get punched. And it's like only a small amount of health that's not even worth it. But it just made the matches so much more lively. I'm pretty sure it was a SmackDown vs. Raw game.
I don't think it was SmackDown versus Raw. I think it was I don't know because technically like they started as SmackDown versus Raw and then eventually they just became WWE 2K blah blah blah. I think that sounds like 2011. I remember I played that one a
Really?
lot, and I remember you were able to do that then. You know how like you would lock up, like you'd clench, throw the punch, then they would, you know, just back and forth constantly. I do remember that in that one.
Freaking love that. That's
it's
amazing.
like watching those people doing like those Tekken shits where they do the exact same move.
Yeah.
Shit.
And it's like they constantly negate each other so no one gets the last hit.
I'm watching Smash like players because they're always like dashing and shielding and like not even hitting each other. They're always like trying to think 3 steps ahead and shit, and it's like it's so boring.
Bro, I fucking hate playing online because that's all that's a lot of them like to do. Like they fucking like keep dodging and guarding so damn much. I'm just saying like, all right, I'm getting tired. Like I'd rather just fucking lose at this point. And they finally
Imagine,
release a move. I'm like, bruh.
imagine playing a fighting game where you don't want to hit anybody. You're constantly just evading.
That's
Shit.
like a
Imagine-
Canadian fighting game, dude. That'd be great. You just have to try to fucking heal each other. Cause
Just
as
bring 'em
least
out.
damage as possible.
Freaking hilarious. Fucking samurai / wrestling game. That'd be insane.
It'd just be like Japanese wrestling, next thing you know.
Sumo wrestling.
Which apparently is insane, dude. Apparently. Like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have those death matches, bro.
Fuck, dude, that's crazy. Those death matches are. I mean, that's how freaking Mankind lost his ear. I was like, fuck, that's
Yeah,
some
and
scary shit.
they're serious about it too. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? They're insane.
They
Well,
are, but fuck, it's hell of a fun thing to watch.
yeah, well, wait, didn't he lose his ear from like the
The barbed
didn't
wire,
he
yeah.
No, I thought it was like he went to do the clothesline that he used to do, how he used to like clothesline and tumble out of the ring with his opponent? Didn't
Ah,
like
shit. I read a
didn't
book. Fuck.
Yeah, dude, didn't the ropes get like tangled and like caught around his neck nearly, and then like the officials
His
had to
ear.
like, yeah, I think they had to like pry it open, and like they pried it open just enough for him, then it went, you know. I think that's what happened.
I don't know, dude. I gotta reread that book. That was a good book, but yeah, I know like it was like a barbed wire kind of like match with the fucking ring, of course.
Mm.
So yeah, like once he was in the pretty much in the what was it, the hospital room? I can't say the hospital room, the ER, whatever they had inside the wrestling place, the doctor's
Mhm.
office. The friggin' nurse like picked up the ear and she just threw it into the trash can. I was like, the fuck? And like he was
Dick.
insulted. Like he was like thinking, like, what the hell? I wanted this. So he picked it up out of the trash can and kept it. I was
Yeah,
like, shit,
that's my
messed up.
fucking ear you're throwing away, you
Listen
bitch.
here, Missy. You know.
I'd be like, did you see what I just did out there? Don't test me. Don't be being sassy and stupid right now.
I fucking Van Gogh that shit.
Just get a fucking dude. Just grab like one of those, the light bulb shits. You know how they do that? They fucking like
Oh yeah.
smash the light bulbs, which is just pure glass. I mean,
Yeah.
those guys are crazy. And
But
yeah,
when it's filled with a lot of powder or whatever the fuck goes on in those lights, that could be dangerous to be inhaled.
mm-hmm,
That's ways to die. Taught me that.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, both of your guys' ideas sound fucking crazy. Well, I know it's like not like ideas,
Mr. Alejandro.
but well, I don't know. Like I don't often play like bad games by accident, thankfully. But well, not like I do it on purpose either. But fuck, what's it called? Okay, obviously Fallout 3 is like one of my main favorites, so I'll just stick with that, of course. Shit, I'm not sure if mentioned on an episode with you guys, but there was this one visual novel game that I played. I got it because it was like very low price. Like shit, it was like $60 all the way down to like $9.99, $1.99. I don't know, one of those two. And instead of like thinking like, maybe I should look it up first, see why the price dropped. But I was naive. I was a naive 23-year-old. Wait, I'm 24. 24-year-old.
Oh, so this is recent.
Very recent. Yeah, like I think in the beginning of this year. So yeah. So I saw the deal. I got this visual novel game. It was by P Cube, the company, yeah. And it was like my first visual novel game, so I was just thinking like, all right, of course I know I'm not gonna be like playing. I'm just gonna be like reading. But I thought it would be, some fun reading, maybe some funny moments. But when like the first hour mainly consisted of like your main character like sort of being a perv and like trying not to be too perverted, and like having a boss that's very perverted, and then just like the very, very old and painful stereotype of like this one girl like he could probably be with, but then like she abuses him at like every damn turn and mistakes anything he does as a perverted move. So again, he gives her a right, in quotes, to beat the shit out of him, and that's only one of the options. And like, it's just like a mess. Just like saying like there's at least one character that's like somewhat entertaining, but even then it was like entertaining but in an annoying way. I don't know how that worked, but that game made it possible for me. So
Annoyingly entertaining.
yeah, so Like, I guess I wanted to hate everybody, but like this one was entertaining. I was like, you know what, fuck you, you're annoying too. But yeah, Arrow, it was just like it was like so bad after a while. I was just saying like, you know, I can't enjoy this. This is just dog shit. So I just uninstalled the game. I was thinking like, I want my one. I mean, I want my $2 or $10 back. Screw this. And I don't want this market part of my gaming library. But that's whatever. But I guess I've already mixed Fallout 3 with that game. I suppose you could get Fallout 3, but with a lot more annoying and abusive characters. Like every time you finish a mission, like you go back to your quest giver, and so all right, here's the stuff, or like, oh yeah, I killed these characters for you, like we're good, and they start kicking your ass, and like, all right, we're good. Just like every single time. Oh no, fucking Moira. I mean Moira. You know who I'm talking about, right, Nathan? And Jason?
Probably, but
Moira Brown.
long.
Moira Brown. Okay. Oh my god, I thought I was like imagining her last name was Brown for some reason, but
No.
okay, I guess I was right. God, I gotta stop doubting my memory. But yeah, just like imagine her, but 5 times worse. At least because she actually gives you some shit. But like these characters will just beat the shit out of you, and like after you're like done talking to the character, talking to your quest giver, all of a sudden one of your limbs are like fucking crippled, or like half your health is gone, like stuff like that that can happen, or like that kind of toxic quest giving shit, and then like all of a sudden it does add romance options, but like you got like the worst kind. Like most of them are like either death seekers or just just want to kick your ass while like trying to save
Sadists.
the world. Yeah, sadists pretty much. So pretty much imagine that. Like I mean I don't think it'll be that much of an enjoyable experience for me, but I think I would just think like I'm just gonna this will give me the reason to like shoot everybody down instead of wanting to help the wasteland be better. Like y'all ruined it. So
True.
I mean that's it for me. Just Fallout 3 with a very bad visual novel game that I forgot the name of. But yeah, that's it. Great. I mean, not ideas, but like great combos we made. Somewhat greatly terrible. I don't freaking know. Terribly great. That sounds more correct. Anything you guys want to like talk about before I guess try to decide what's the better game, which is Kobe's question from Switch It Up podcast, which is what's the better game, Triangle Strategy or Three Houses?
I think that one's for more you personally, because we haven't played Triangle Strategy.
Yeah, so that's why I just want to know, like, what do you guys was there anything else you guys want to bring up, like anything you heard recently in gaming news or in general?
I think there's a fucking. I think there was a thing for the Harry Potter game.
Oh
They
yeah,
did like I haven't seen it, but I heard that it happened.
yeah, like the trailer.
Was there a new trailer for it?
I'm not sure, but I just know that everyone's like, I know that a lot of the PlayStation owners are getting pissed off at Xbox owners for not knowing that it's like for everybody. I said, like, you dumb motherfuckers, just read what is available to. I was saying, like, as an Xbox owner, I'm kind of embarrassed. Like, y'all could just read, but yeah, it's available for Switch apparently. I was like, what?
That's good. We need all the Potter love we can get. Like honestly, I think Harry Potter is one of those things that you can like.
What?
You shouldn't exclude. You know what I mean? It's one of those things like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and Harry Potter. Everyone needs it. You know.
Oh, I know a game that Lord of the Rings should like remaster. But wait, what are you laughing at?
It's just when you said we need all the Potter love, I just thought of fucking Harry Potter smoking a big ass joint. We need all that pot love.
Yeah, it's not hard to imagine that joke after that one terrible movie, but somewhat funny. But yeah, one game that Lord of the Rings should really remaster is fuck. I gotta really look up names.
Lord of the Rings Conquest.
No, it's like you pretty much like it's like a turn-based Lord of the Rings game, and that was pretty fun. I just never beaten it because like you get like a new character, except her bitch ass is like weak as hell because you didn't even have time to level her up in the first place. Like as soon as you encounter her, it's time to fight a battle, and of course, like
The
you
third
got
age.
the third age, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got two good units or three, but then you got this one weak ass character that's not gonna do much against like these other characters yet. I mean,
Yeah.
these orc enemies.
Yeah, she's
So-
kind of a shitty healer. And then
No,
I always did like me, the ranger guy, and you good,
Ooh.
Mason?
what just happened?
I hit my knee on the table.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would always do me, the orc dude, and then her. And yeah, it's crazy how like we've played so many games. You could just be like that one Lord of the Rings game. Describe that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it was not a Healer Girl.
Game, so
Yeah, I just want that game to be remastered, just so I could try to take it on again, and hopefully this time they try to like at least level up the lady before we actually get to play around. I mean,
That
get
game
to
was
like
hard.
It was.
I
God
haven't
damn, that
beaten
game
it.
was punishing.
I got to like I think it's the Pelennor Field or like some place like that.
Oh shit!
And
I
like it's a gauntlet, dude. I don't know why, but it's like, oh, you want to fight like 5 waves, and I always made like the last one or what seems to be the last one, but then I died. So I legit would just go back to like the forest, like the starter forest area, just find as many enemies as I could and kill them. So stupid. Game is hard.
Fucking insane. It's I mean that game will kick your ass, especially with shit. What's that big ass demon monster that with the whip?
Balrog.
Belrog. What the fuck did I think Saruman? Anyways, yeah, Belrog. Yeah, like at the end of it, like you just know that none of your characters are shit when it comes to this one. Especially when like only Gandalf is like barely handling this character by himself. I'm still like, what's the point of having us fight along? Let's just like make it like a one-on-one thing. It's more sensible. But yeah, shit. What was I talking about? Oh right. So yeah, I guess. What was your question though? Like, Mason, like just if any new news about Hogwarts?
Well, we were talking about the Harry Potter thing. Something happened with it.
Mason?
I don't have anything. No.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking like, okay, that was it. Okay, but yeah, it's official. It should be coming out pretty at some point, hopefully soon.
I'm excited.
Yeah, dude. Oh wow, on this, might as well order on Amazon or something because for the Switch it's $52.07, but that's before taxes. Xbox One $51.20 again before taxes. Xbox Series X $58.94 again before taxes. I'm not sure. Hey, someone's like put the when you're looking for the PS5 link and it's like the weird white monkey. That's like doing like, yo, what the hell? Post. But yeah, it's available to order now, I guess. I have to wait a couple more weeks before I could do the big pre-order. So yeah, there we go. Okay, so I tried to like figure out how the hell do I want to like, well, first let me make my joke just to get out of the way. But Kobe specifically typed was triangle strategy or 3 houses. And now the game triangle strategy doesn't exist, nor have I ever heard of that game. But I know a triangle strategy, but not triangle strategy. So
yeah, you fucking fool.
So of course 3 houses wins. Oh shit. I'm dying. And not the good way. But yeah. Now for the actual discussion of triangle strategy versus 3 houses, it's pretty hard. Because first off, they're both their own type of genre, type of game. I get they kind of like control the same, especially if you put, especially when, again, the maps are like rotatable, and just the only difference is just like the style. So there you go. But okay, they both have really great music. What the fuck?
I just remembered it again. I typed in chat for those that are confused. I typed in vegan mage again. That's all.
And it just flashed across his face. Oh my goodness. But yeah, both games have really great music. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Combat is great. Removes a bit of strategy though when it comes to weapon wheel being removed. So pretty much like the sword being strong against axe strong against spear, and spear strong against sword. So I guess like it makes it a bit more easy for newcomers to like, is it like a bit more manageable to like play and get into the swing of things. And they all have their own they have like their own little buffs or such called crests. When like one's not surrounded by anybody, he becomes a bit more stronger. Oh, someone is near a lady, all of a sudden they could like attack harder. Oh, this lady's near some other guys, or no, I think she's just whenever she's near somebody, like a guy or girl, whatever. They get healed for the next turn, stuff like that. So they combat's not bad. I don't think there's really any combat difference like with height, huh? I think it's just like mainly flat surfaces, Mason.
Hmm?
And three houses, like most of the maps are like mainly just flat, right? Like no terrain, like height adjustments whatsoever.
Right.
Okay.
But, I mean, there's some like elevated stuff in some levels.
Huh.
And there's like that level where it's like I think if you're like against the church, like there's those like roadblocks, you know, the spy roadblocks you have to like walk around.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, sure, especially with the danger area, so that's pretty convenient. Again, the game is just very pretty good for beginners or just like newcomers to like get into the game. For triangle strategy, all units have fair strengths and weaknesses, of course. Like mages, like being kind of squishy, but like really good with taking out armor knights. Like everyone got their own specific perk or such. So again, that's pretty good. Makes it a bit more interesting. They got but I do like the mechanic though with the backstab and follow up attacks, where pretty much go against behind an opponent is always going to be a critical attack, and you got two allies face on opposite ends of one enemy, and one of them attack that enemy, then they go have the other ally attack that enemy as well, and could boost up damage and just make combat a bit more fun overall, but also a bit funny. Like the scenario of like, especially you got like two very tough characters going against each other, like then they're like constantly going around the other, going around the other, going around the other, like attacking. It's just like weird to see in an actual combat field, but still pretty funny. Though, and I also got to admit that it's cool to see the battlefield and terrain mechanics change up battles as well, where it's better for your archers to like have more outreach when they're on higher terrain
Yeah.
to like attack, further out enemies, of course.
Especially that one chick who's like on a bird, like she
Oh
can
yeah,
fly up really high and then shoot arrows down.
oh yeah, it's very convenient, especially like again, especially when like the pathway is blocked by enemies. But she's like, oh no, fuck you guys, I could just go up in this building and then just start firing. That's pretty good. And again, the terrain mechanics, of course, like you can change at the battlefield where you actually throw oil jugs, so catches makes the floor catch on fire, and then well, of course, throw a firestone or cast scorch to make those things catch on fire, and you can actually control like when you want to make the grass catch on fire, make paths a bit more locked off, so that way your opponent could like maybe walk into a trap. And you can set up traps in this game with a certain character, but again, I'm not gonna say who. And again, it just adds there's like a lot more dynamic to the battlefield. So that's a one point I will give to triangle strategy for adding to the game. To that type of genre. And it's so damn good and fun to do. It's just like the demo won't really let you get into, of course, but once you like dive more into the story and the characters, you'll see what I mean. Now for Fire Emblem Three Houses, you got 40 playable characters, but I gotta say that 4 are DLC, so more like 36, and that's if you're trying to choose and that's I'm surprised like 40. I thought like it'd be more. I don't know why. And again, some are like path specifically blocked, so there's that. But still, they are pretty interesting. But of course, we all got like our own likes and dislikes. Like some people don't like golden deer, some people don't like black eagles or the or the church or blue lions. So yeah, it's just so like there's a lot of characters for everybody. So which is pretty cool. So you got the main character Byleth, who's just kind of like there, like he doesn't really talk uh, traditionally. Maybe like in critical quotes, he'll like say some shit about kicking your ass or teaching you a lesson before killing you. Weird lesson, but hey, that's how you learn.
Whenever he talks, it's all like typed.
Yeah, he just like waves his hand.
Whenever you make a decision.
Yeah, and those dialogue choices don't even matter that much, honestly, unless it's just except for like this one. I don't even know why
With
we're trying to
Edelgard?
do this. Huh?
Like there's
Yeah.
like one decision with Edelgard once, and that's like the only important one.
Yeah, and that's why I was just trying to like refrain with spoilers. But I was just saying like this game is kind of old at this point. Like we're getting Three Hopes, so three house spoilers are like out the way. No spoiler alerts for that one.
It's also
But yeah,
old
just
shit. It's been a few years.
yeah,
It's also
really.
been a few years. So...
Yeah, just deal with it, I guess.
Fucking get on it.
Then you got Triangle Strategy, where all the characters are available. There is 30 characters overall, and some are path specific, but with New Game Plus, you can actually keep all the recruited characters you have. Just, of course, some are not going to be in certain paths, but they'll still be there available for you, like in another path you take. So that I find that pretty cool. Like you have to go through the whole process of trying to go around the fucking monastery and um, three houses and try to like talk to the students after putting a lot of skill points or shit, what's it called? Leadership points or whatever into their supports just so you could like talk to them or recruit them into your house again. And I think that's a really good point to make that you can actually get the story going a lot more fast and triangle strategy because you don't have to deal with like this base unless you go to your encampment. But even then, that's not like too much to like walk around in. It's more like your base of need to get items, need to train up my characters, stuff like that.
It's also not as large as Karen Mock.
Oh yeah, fuck. I mean, I love the map. I love it, but like when you're trying to do like multiple playthroughs, then it could get a bit tedious to like keep running around everybody, even with the skip, even with the somewhat fast travel function in Three Houses. So if you like doing multiple playthroughs, then Triangle Strategy would be the one for you if you want to like save up time, but still.
I know you said tedious, but to me it sounded like you said tedious.
Not that kind of game. No. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Fucking titty.
They just try not to laugh.
Laugh at the titty,
Children.
Nathan. Laugh at the titty, Nathan.
Okay. Fucking slapping his knee. Now, for the main character, Sarah Noah, I really like him as a character. As just like talking to. He's just still laughing. That's Sarah Noah, Mason. But yeah. So pretty much Sarah Noah, like it's just nice to see a character like just being himself. I mean, I know some people will say like he's like a audience kind of character for us, but I think that's just kind of like how it is for like a lot of main characters, especially when people try to compare him to Corrin from shit. Which Fire Emblem is it? Conquest? Fates. That one. Okay. They try to compare him to him or her, but as you can see, like he already has his mind set on who he's gonna want to be with in the end, along the fact that you can't really sway that. And second, um, he is a lot more integral to the story. Like he has like a lot more involvement and like what he could do, especially when it comes to the scales conviction time. So he, you could tell like he's his own person, but like depending on how you play him, he's either just a passerby in the whole scheme of things, but still has a lot of power, or he's actually very involved and learning about everyone as much as he could, and you know, just getting shit done. Graphics look, graphics look good, like for Three Houses, but could have been a bit more improved from Warriors. The cutscenes though, like um when it's not CG, the CG cutscenes look great. But outside the CG cutscenes, where like people are talking in their supports and such, you can tell like that's like a weird ass image like that's around them, and they're just like standing in place. Like they don't even have like sitting down animations or proper sitting down animations and other things. So it's just really weird to like see this like long awaited sequel or pretty much a game that had like plenty of time, especially on the Switch, to like do some cool stuff with with this installment, but still had got some weird hiccups on the graphics of those weird ass fruits, and then again, just the laziness with the cutscenes. I mean, maybe it's just to save up on power, but shit, after playing Breath of the Wild, yeah, it's kind of hard to like hear that reasoning.
Are you talking about Three Houses?
Yeah,
it
Three
was
Houses.
actually rushed at the end of it.
It was rushed?
They didn't. Yeah, they didn't get it all done in time. They had to rush it at the end.
Oh, then that was the point right there. That's a shame. Meanwhile, um, all the cutscenes and such for I think Triangle Strategy got an advantage for this one though. But like most of the cutscenes and such are like more an engine. So pretty much all of it is going to be inside the game's engine that's already going on, like what you're playing. So no like real crazy cutscenes, like artwork being moving and such. But you still do have like the cutscenes where like it's like focusing on the map, but it's just showing like which faction is going to where, or it's just cool though to like watch that, and I find that pretty entertaining to like see all like the little pieces like going around saying like, okay, we're gonna attack this way, while the narrator's like describing everything. I find it pretty cool, and again, it's since like I'm pretty sure Triangle Strategy had a lot more time, so again, another point to them. And plus, the art looks amazing. I really love the art. Both games have great art, though. I will say that Three Houses kind of has some derpy art faces, especially Byleth's. Like he's just like staring into your soul. Think of Oblivion. Then you have he gets it.
Halt! You have violated the law.
Three houses now. Weapons break down, and you'll need constant maintenance. And that's always a bitch for anyone to deal with. So I mean, it's not like a big major like
Downside.
con. Yeah, it's not like a big major like thing that's not gonna prevent you from enjoying the game, but it just adds like a little bit of strategy. Like, okay, how much do you really want to use a skill that uses up this much usage for this weapon, or do you want to like be a bit more smart and just attack just use a basic attack?
To be fair, there's always repairing it.
What?
To be fair, you can always repair it.
Yeah, that's true. That's why. That's why I said constant maintenance.
But
then again, you can also improve it so that way you can have a lot more longevity to like in the field.
But yeah, like I'm not a fan of weapon maintenance when it's like in the middle of a battle and like your weapon breaks and it does like no damage.
And then you gotta like buy constant copies of the weapon just so like you can keep using it. Yeah, it starts like building up in your inventory. It kind of gets pretty annoying.
And I think like if the weapon cancels when you would have attacked twice, like if it breaks, like you don't go through that second attack.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's just pain in the ass. I've never liked weapon maintenance in games.
Neither do I. Then for triangle strategy, weapons don't break down, only improve.
Hey, only going up. I see.
Now for the new game plus stuff. New game plus stuff. Oh, why not? Okay, yeah. For Three Houses, it gives you some new items, some new crafts, and for DLC, some more items. And it lets you carry over support levels, professor level, and skills, like pretty much the rankings and I mean the points you could use to put into your weapon ranks and such. So pretty much some basic stuff like that. Like it's nothing like too over the top, but it's still pretty good. Nothing bad.
You can also upgrade your support levels with characters, so it's easier to recruit them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why it's really good for like professor level. Just wait, I think it's something like that. But pretty much your
Professor level is different.
Yeah.
Professor level gives you more like money at the end of the month or like the end of the week, or whatever.
Damn, I really got 33 houses, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Pretty much help with support points, and yeah, again, this makes it easier to like recruit characters. Now for the new game plus triangle strategy, all units, items, notes, and info that you collected over time in your first playthrough will carry over. So you don't worry about running around the monastery to like collect all your students because you're just collecting all your units that you gain over time in your first playthrough are already there for you. Now for the other things, enemies are tougher, so that's good. Like it gives a little bit more challenge now. Oh, and you also have hard mental mock battles are available. So, a harder difficulty. Convictions values are shown now. So now you can actually see what is being affected. And it shows what dialogues do to conviction values. So I think that's pretty cool. Like saying like, okay, now that you've already been in the game, now here's your fucking your sixth sense where now you can see like how you're affecting everybody and or how your path is like being affected. So I find that pretty cool and convenient for people who just like hope to not make the same mistakes or such. Okay. And now through for three houses, bunch of romance options. Some locked, but that's because like gender specific, of course. Yeah, you know it. And for a triangle strategy, romance between certain characters are set. No changing it. So sorry people forever like yeah. It's just like they're like fuck. What's the point of playing it then? But some people are like that. They'll just like want to play just for the romancing. And again, like I know deep in my heart that Kobe and Brock are like putting in their own con for triangle strategy, saying like you don't recruit Mercedes. So I'm like
No fluff.
the fucking dang, they keep saying like no fluff, like bruh. But yeah.
Where's that
Oh.
fluff in the time skip, bitch?
Meanwhile, everything's just set again for triangle strategy. So I don't honestly I think it's pretty cool. Just like you don't have to worry about something like that. Because look at it this way. You don't have to use, in quote strategy of placing your characters next to certain other characters to make their support levels go up. Like after a while I realized like that's a bit of a hassle, but then again that's what new game plus is for. So you can already raise the support levels between other characters or quickly just so you don't worry about that anymore. So I'm trying to like find the positive and some negatives. And then the last thing I could think of was when losing, your levels and items reset back to what it was in the beginning of the battle for at least 3 houses. And for a triangle strategy, though, when losing, your levels and XP stays the same. Like if you were level 28, but you end with like level 30, you'll still stay level 30 if you lose. So not bad. Like it's a lot more forgiving, and your items still reset. So if you're worried about like, oh shit, my items like got all used up, time to buy more again, you don't worry about that. It'll get reset for you. So very forgiving, really forgiving for people who just like want to play the game but like still have fun with it. And even on the hardest difficulty, that will still occur where you keep your levels in XP, and your items will reset. So that's pretty much like all the stuff I written down. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like after hearing all that,
I mean, personally, I like triangle strategy more. I haven't even played it, and I like it more.
Same. No idea. I haven't played either of them. Just in general, I haven't played Triangle Strategy or
I played
Fire
Three
Emblem. I don't
Houses a
know.
lot, and I really, really like Three Houses. But there's just something about the charm of triangle strategy that I just love more, and I only played, the demos.
I just like the name better.
Triangle strategy.
really? What do you like about it?
What I like about the name?
Yeah.
You could make it with your hand, Triangle.
You can also do
I don't
three
know, I
houses.
just like the name. I can't explain why.
3 houses, or I don't know how the hell people do it, or whatever. But
Yeah, I gotta build the thing there.
in the roof.
The roof. I don't know how
What
to.
we could do gang signs that
Imagine. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I think my final verdict would be that I think triangle strategy would be more of my. Oh wait, he didn't ask like what was his favorite. What would be more the favorite, right? Oh, what's the better game? Shit, triangle strategy because actually, honestly, like seeing all of the after like reviewing all that with you guys, and I was thinking like, damn, Triangle Strategy got like a lot more things down, and even like a hardest difficulty, like it. I do not mind that it's like a lot more forgiving, because I guess if people got busy lives, it's really convenient. Who knows? Maybe they'll add an update where it's like a very hardcore mode where you can't keep this like everything resets. Like you can't keep your level and XP. Like you gotta restart that shit and try to win again. Or and the fact that even when one of your characters die off in battle, um they're still good to come back in the next battle, of course. So again, very convenient. But I'm not saying like it's great because it's a convenient game. Of course, like Fire Emblem Three Houses is known. I mean, Fire Emblem is known for its difficulty. So again, that's also like one of its what's it called? One of its strong points. But seeing mechanically wise and like seeing how Triangle Strategy, like even though it's like still using the 2D HD style from Octopath Traveler, it still did something so much more with the way you could like move around the map, and like no matter how you rotate it, it's still like the same 2D HD style. That's that still keeps its well, pretty much keeps its style, yet show the scenery in a different light. It like it's that's amazing. And the fact that what can I say? This is like how they make that style look so beautiful, even though in a in quotes simplistic form, it still looks amazing. It's awesome.
Just something about the
And
fire, like the lighting and the shit.
right, yeah, especially when like you see the sparkle of light going on in different certain areas. That's amazing. I find that I don't know. It's just endearing to see styles like that. I mean, no, that's against Three Houses, but when you're like just kind of like seeing like everything kind of like a bit more toned down, like I don't know, like was there ever any scenery that like reached out to you or amazed you?
It amazed me, no. It disappointed me, yeah. Like
Oh
the
shit!
trees always felt just like shit.
Yeah, man. Even when
Just
you
like the background just never felt lively. It just felt like you were like in a painting, kind of.
yeah, especially when you do the zoom in option function during the battles, like you're moving your characters like moving around the battlefield. I was thinking like something feels missing. Like this could have been done a bit more, like a bit more touch ups. Again, those fruits. What the hell? I swear, I know. Like someone's gonna comment saying like, "Oh shit, they freaking hate tree houses just 'cause the fruit look weird." Fucking 0 out of 10 podcast.
Fruit.png, you know.
Oh, that's what they did. I mean, you're not wrong. It's a joke, but it's true.
It's a joke, but it's true.
It's
It's
true.
funny
It really
because
is
it's
true.
true.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Um, again, the comment mechanics are so damn amazing. Like, Three Houses though, I think they just kind of like played it safe with most of the stuff. I don't think they really didn't. I think it's like the fact that it's like more 3D is like what was like, well, a lot more 3D advanced than like some of the older predecessors. Well, that's the point, Alex. Predecessors. Should have just said that. But yeah, the predecessors like a lot more 3D focus, where like everything's like looks a bit more touched up, refined and such. But when you got three warriors, wait, no, what the fuck?
Three hopes?
Fire and Warriors.
Oh.
Sorry, I was mistaken for Three Hopes, but Fire and Warriors already something to like build up from, and still like has some things that look a bit wonky. Then they kind of messed up right there. And again, the fact that it's rushed doesn't help with its thing either, whatever. And again, uh, Triangle Strategy, you're not missing out. Like once you buy the game, you got all of it. I believe you got all of it. Like you own all of the whole game. You're gonna worry about buying DLC. That's a really great, the selling
For
point.
now.
Yeah, I only paid like freaking what? What the hell was it? $19 for the DLC for freaking three houses.
For one or for both of them?
For
There's two
just for the
DLCs.
DLC.
There's two of them though.
Oh, well, wasn't that one free?
Was one of them free? I thought.
Yeah, that was the one that added the items.
I want to
Like,
say
why the fuck did I pay for it then?
I want to say the What were they called? Ashen Wolves. I think it was like $25.
Yeah, somewhere around there. So I was just thinking, like, that's a bit ridiculous. Like, the 4 characters are cool and the little story is nice, but I didn't feel like that was like the right pricing for that.
They gave me my favorite character, so
I mean, hey, you can't complain about that at least. But yeah, that's it. Like, I guess we're on a consensus that Triangle Strategy is like the better game now than Three Houses.
I just feel like even if I were to play through Triangle Strategy multiple times, I feel like it would be still fun to come back to and just like waste time on a few times.
I feel that too, because you're not spending like, because if you're like trying to do like really good playthroughs each time, then you know to like keep walking around to talk to everybody, especially again monastery. And they really should have changed the battlefield, like on Edelgard's route, like when after it was revealed that she was the Flame Emperor. Like it was cool to be in like that weird destroyed part of the kingdom, or whatever. But after that, they never revisited that. So I was thinking, like, oh, that sucks. But when it comes to at least when it comes to triangle strategy, at least you can actually explore different areas, be like preparation mode, and pretty much like learning more lore mode before each battle is pretty cool. And that's another strong suit for wow, that's a good points they're making. Another good point for triangle strategy is that like the lore was done better. Like if you're like to go around talking to characters, or you can actually go look around the floor. Yeah, really. And you just like find little shiny pieces, and there's like little notes that just adds more to the world of like what's going on. And then you can also buy from a merchant, like, oh, here's the encyclopedia of this part, and it's like, oh yeah, this is chapter 14. I was just like, I was the other chapters. I was saying like, shit, this must be new game plus stuff. So I think it's like encouraged to like look at all the different what's it called, all the other different routes, just to see like what new things you could find on the different maps.
Isn't Triangle Strategy also not full price?
Wait, what? Let me see.
Isn't it also not $60? Isn't it like 40 or something?
I think it is $60.
You sure?
Yeah, Triangle Strategy. Yeah, because I remember paying for it like $60 at GameStop. So unless they're ripping me off, that would be really mad. Yeah, $60.
I remember there being a game that they were making something like that. That was like 40 or 50.
Then I have no idea.
Maybe I'm tripping.
Probably. Who knows? But fuck, probably a scam. So stay away from it. But
No.
and then Three Houses. Oh shit! Look, the lore was. I like the lore in Three Houses. Don't get me wrong, but when there was like, oh, you want to learn more about the world? All right, just go to the library and just read all that shit, and it's just like click, click. It's just like I don't know. It's just like okay, here, there's like the bare minimum of like getting the lore read to you guys, just so you can know what's going on, and that just felt kind of like boring to me. It's not like in a dynamic way or like make you want to explore the world more. Like, okay, this is it. This is all I'm getting. Yeah, shit. Must say a lot for like to have like two guys that hadn't really played the game. I mean, Mason played the demo. He loved it.
I adored it.
Nathan, yeah. Wait a minute, Nathan, you can play the demo right now.
I could.
Yeah.
There's a demo for the first 3 chapters for free.
Hmm.
And then
Play
it's
it
like
right now.
if you buy the game, you can continue from where you left off in the demo.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll definitely give it a try. Don't know when, but I'll give it a try.
You'll download it now and then you'll play it tomorrow.
Maybe.
It'd be a good plan. But again, but yeah, as I was saying, it was cool. It's cool that Nathan, who hasn't even played the game and only like heard of it because of us, already prefers it over like Three Houses. With that being said, like, was there any like last things we want to say to the people before we go?
Yeah.
Nathan?
Yes, absolutely. But for that, I need to do this real quick. Guys, buy my book. Look how pretty it is. See, that's a very pretty color or cover, isn't it? I drew it myself.
Good old
I drew it myself. No, fuck no, I didn't.
Oh.
But imagine I did. I mean, it'd be impressive. Yeah, buy my book, guys. It's American Icarus, available on Amazon. I wrote it myself personally. It's $11.99 for a physical copy, or $5.99 for the ebook. So yeah, go buy it. 197 pages of fun. Might be 297. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really remember. It changes because you. Well,
have the
yeah,
book, just
you're
send it to
right. But you format it. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. Yeah, it's 297 pages of fun. Look at that. A whole 297 pages of me writing shit. That's pretty good. That's a good value. Go buy it. It's worth your money. Nothing but 5-star reviews. Go get it.
I'm one of those reviews.
Yeah, Alex likes it.
I really did.
Why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
This is great marketing. So again, nothing for you to say, Mason?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Well, with that being said, folks, again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't worry, again, no spoilers, so there really should be no complaint about triangle strategy being spoken about in this episode. But yeah, thank you for everyone that comes back to listening to us each week. You guys are real ones. Honestly, really appreciate it. Like, shit, we got like a new random country listening to us called Qatar.
Qatar?
Qatar.
Not guitar, or I don't know. Maybe it's pronounced that way. Shit, maybe Nathan knows.
Actually, Dua's gonna get mad at me for mispronouncing it. Just say Qatar. Let's get her mad. Qatar.
Guitar.
It's like Qatar or something like that.
Qatar.
But Qatar is easier to say.
So shout out to you, whoever is from that country.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Honestly, like I don't know what got your interest, but thank you.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Again, thank you everybody that listens to us, and we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And yeah, just look forward to the next one. Hopefully it'll come a bit more sooner than this one did. But again, I got sick and just kind of get this episode out fast enough because, well, again, sickness. But all right, everybody, I kept you long enough. Hope everyone has a great weekend and enjoy the rest of your day or night. Bye bye.